What up? Yo. Oh shit. What up? Yo. What up? CB presents Night Thoughts, everybody. Get that night away, bro.
That say that I got lit up by Chelsea Handler, which is very, very funny because that's not what happened at all. You can't believe anything you see or read on the news anymore. You have to actually watch the thing for yourself. She was a bit of, I'll tell you that. She just kept coming at me over. She said I took the Saudi Arabia money. She was like wrong about things. The writers just didn't do her any justice. But then the teleprompter, the fun fact, the teleprompter only went down during my set. And it gave me a lot of opportunity to remind Chelsea Handler what she looks like and where her life is, because she had it coming. So when Chelsea kept coming at me, I'm like, oh, I'm gonna f this bitch up. Anyway, it was fun. We're back home. I woke up looking like Chelsea Handler. That's how rough. That's how rough my night was. I just had like that Botox, swollen, inflamed face that just.
Oh. What's this guy's website about? Am I sub to this guy?
It was like a GI Joe truck, and we were having like these wars, and we would like, you got me all these GI Joes, and we had like we would just play battle in
Christmas time.
Yeah. It was like a GI Joe truck, and we were having like these wars, and we would like, you got me all these GI Joes, and we had like we would just play battle in.
Those people who you think are going to play victim?
Chelsea Handler.
11 days ago.
Chelsea Handler.
They are vile. Tony Hinchcliffe is like, come on. You were uncomfortable. It was gross. Some of the stuff is really gross. And I mean, I get it. I guess that's the spirit of a roast, but even, I don't know, I find it all to be pretty ick. So I just wanted to play it a little bit of a higher key, and while also eviscerating them and letting them know on behalf of women, really.
Yeah.
Since this seems to be an epidemic, you know what I mean? I really wanted to focus on the most kind of gross behavior. Not acceptable. And I'm not taking any of the joy out of it. It was a fun night. I had a great time, but I just don't think that kind of stuff is necessary. And I don't think it's funny. They're brutal to women and they're brutal to Black women. And it's just like so transparent.
All right, so the roast of Kevin Hart was last weekend, and Chelsea.
Too lazy to try, everybody. Are you too lazy to try? Then watch Too Lazy to Try. He's right about everything, dude.
Handler and Tony Hinchcliffe were part of it, and you could tell these two actually hate each other. I think because they're both competing to see who can be the most insufferable comedian, but Tony might have met his match. Like, Chelsea's so unlikable. Even people who absolutely hate Tony could barely even appreciate her roasting him. There were some posts made about how Chelsea destroyed racist MAGA comedians.
This is just me being drunk in the middle of the night. CB presents Night Thoughts, everybody. Night Thoughts.
And Tony Hinchcliffe, but most of the comments are like, this lady sucks, she has no right to talk. And at least Tony thrives off of being a heel. You know, he likes to be offensive and upset people and be the villain. But Chelsea wants people to like her and now tries to be a social activist and politically correct, but it doesn't work at all. Like, some of her shows even get protested by the crowd she tries to pander to because she's a Zionist, which, before bringing her up, Shane Gillis, who was hosting the event, mentioned that she's a Zionist and went to an Epstein party, which I guarantee that got to her the most out of all the jokes made about her. Because then also her roasting Tony and Shane wouldn't work as well, because the people who want to see Tony get called out for being a racist and a Trump and Joe Rogan dick rider are also very anti-Israel. So Shane introducing her by calling her a Zionist made all those people be like, yeah, let's not give her credit here. You know, she's just as bad as Tony. I mean, it's crazy on Reddit. Even the positive posts people are trying to make about her roasting Tony she was getting a ton of backlash in the comments. And people were praising Shane Gillis, which is wild to see because Reddit, people would say, is like the most woke platform. And during the roast, obviously Shane made some pretty edgy jokes that people were getting offended by, like Chelsea. But I guess since Shane called her out for being a Zionist, people on Reddit were able to look past his offensive jokes. So some of the comments are like, I love that Shane brought this up. He knew what he was doing, and I don't think it came from a place of kind-hearted roasting, and it shouldn't. And I love how Shane takes his licks in stride, but she's all butthurt that he brought up Epstein and Israel murdering children. She looked shook going up there, and her jokes were weak. I think Shane is laughing that they aren't landing. So Shane bringing this up while introducing her was genius, and she was definitely pissed about it. I mean, the first thing she did was address it. And I'm going to try to play the clips from the roast, but Netflix can be strict with copyright, so I might have to remove them. If they're missing, it's because of copyright problems.
Chelsea is a Zionist. I'm not saying that's good or bad. Speaking of dead kids, she's a big fan of abortions.
Ooh.
Chelsea's been scraped more times than the grill at Benihana.
Nobody knows what Benihana is.
Speaking of tossing tiny shrimp into a child's mouth, Chelsea Handler went to dinner at Jeffrey Epstein's house in 2010. You can look it up. There's articles. It wasn't like a big party. There was like 7 people there. And it was like Prince Andrew and Woody Allen were there. Anyway, ladies and gentlemen, Chelsea Handler.
And Shane, just so you know, Judaism and Zionism are 2 different things. Kind of like how Chinatown and Koreatown are 2 different things, but your favorite slur works in both places. Shane has been accused of being anti-Asian, which is ironic considering he has the complexion and physique of a steamed dumpling.
And I'd imagine she was really just looking forward to roasting Shane and Tony, but it didn't go very well. Now she's all upset about it. I mean, there are articles and posts that are like, she destroyed them, but if you look at the comments, nobody really agrees, even people that hate Tony. So even the praise she gets seems kind of forced. Also, this is hilarious. Afterwards, she went on Don Lemon's show to complain about it and how they're too offensive
What's
and
up,
mean.
guys?
And Don is like, man, I love that joke you made about Tony. It was your best joke of the night, or is the best joke of the night. And he plays a
This is CB's presents Night Thoughts. These are the thoughts you have before you go to sleep. Night thoughts. These are my night thoughts. You ever have thoughts about the night? Do you ever have thoughts when you're sleeping, when you're trying to go to bed at night? These are night thoughts. CB presents Night Thoughts.
joke that wasn't even about Tony. So he thinks her best dig at Tony was a joke not even directed at him. Well, actually, maybe Chelsea did make it about
Things that make you go,
him, but
at night.
it didn't make any sense, and it wasn't even a very good joke, because it's about how comedians that support Trump won't go fight in Iran, and they'll only go to the Middle East for the comedy festivals, you know, referencing the Riyadh Festival. But Tony and Shane both turned down offers to do that festival. So this is really cringy.
Oh,
Don
we
Lemon's
got,
like,
we got,
you own Tony,
we got
look
a
out.
chatter. We got a chat. Got one, boys. Russ. Good old Russ, man. Let me check out my fucking chat real quick. Are you just calling Chelsea out for being so stankin'? Hell yeah, dude. This is true, Russ. I'm calling her out, Russ. Russ, if you want to come up on the stream, if you want to come on CB's Night Thoughts, let me know. I'll just post a little link in here for everybody. If anybody wants to come up here, let me play the video.
Offended he is here, and then she has to be like, oh well, actually I don't think Tony did the festival. And Don just seemed out of it during this interview. Like, also at one point he's like, all right, here's a clip of Tony Hinchcliffe, and it's a clip of Shane Gillis
up there, just kind of giving it to them because they were the Trumpsters, right? They pushed them and whatever. But that was the joke that you told about Tony Hinchcliffe and going to the Middle East was, I think it was the most brilliant joke of the night. Here it is.
How so? How so?
Now that your favorite leader is making the draft mandatory, I assume that all of you will be signing up to go fight in Iran. Or do you tough-talking pussies only go to the Middle East for comedy festivals?
That's inaccurate. That was inaccurate. Tony Hinchcliffe turned that shit down, Chelsea. I'm sure Chelsea would not turn that shit down. These are just my night thoughts. Don't get mad at my nice thoughts, guys. My night thoughts. There's the link. Russ, if you want to come up and sound off, that would be great.
It was that look at the end that got me. He did not. I don't think he liked it. I don't know if he was acting, but that was brilliant, Chelsea.
Well, I appreciate.
Chelsea's all fucked up, dude. Like, she's fucking. What do you expect in a fucking roast, Chelsea? Roasts have been popular since the early 2000s, dude. I think we got to guess, guys. From the world famous. Yes, Russ. What up, Russ?
Hi, diddly ho. Howdy, neighbor. I like this idea. Night thoughts.
Night
It's
thoughts.
not. I'm not talking shit. I'm not being racist or sexist or homophobic or just misanthropic. These are night thoughts.
You taking Ambien? Maybe you've had a few wines of
Yeah, this
wines
is
of
just me
glass.
Cool boy's just free-forming it, man. He's not trying to be offensive or anything. He's just being as unfiltered and raw as
Night
possible.
thoughts. I gotta come up with
Night
like
thoughts.
what do you call it? Like
Like somebody, the moon sleeping in a cocktail glass
there
kind
we
of
go.
cartoon.
And
Night
clips
thoughts.
of like Chelsea Handler freaking out and other clips floating.
I think those guys just don't think female comedians are funny. Male comedians,
Yeah, this is
the
true.
ones that are big like that, and I think they like to hassle them whenever they can.
But here's my thing. She gets so mad, but it's like, dude, what do you expect at a roast? They've been brutal forever. All the roasts have been
And
brutal.
she was the one that, like, the female comedians always have to be the meanest too. Like, oh, your dog just died. I'll put that in my material.
Yeah. Well,
I can be just as offensive as a man.
Nothing's
Ooh,
worse than
girl power.
a woman's wrath, man.
I know. So I found out something interesting. Which might go into some night thoughts. Might be a little before your time. But remember the Spice Girls were built on this thing that we're best friends, girl power.
Yeah, but all women who are
They hated each other,
they're
dude. They
financially
hated each
successful.
other.
They hate each other. Yeah.
They did not like each other. They wouldn't have stood up for anyone for shit, man. But they were sold as I don't know. I hope these night
Dudes are very
thoughts.
different, dude. I mean, for me personally,
My
like
night thoughts are kind of rambling. Sorry.
well, you go rambling. You go rambling thoughts when you have night thoughts, man.
Yeah.
Anyway, Joe Rogan, when I was doing stand up back in the day, all the comedians hate each other. They would throw everybody underneath the bus just so they could succeed. Now Rogan's always like, oh, comedians are friends. It's much better than it used to be. Fuck that shit, man. But women comics are always the worst. They were always the ones like really destroying people back in the day, destroying their reputation, destroying their lives, stuff like that. God damn.
Yeah, weren't those women that first started accusing Louis C.K. of what he did? They were comedians, right?
Yeah,
Like
but there was another woman comedian that started it all. The women that actually experienced Louis C.K.'s little dick, they thought it was funny, and they just told stories about it. But there's some bitch who had nothing to do with the situation, just heard the stories. She is the one that got it into the media and stuff. Very fucking weird. I don't know.
And dude, he was getting a big movie was getting ready to come out. He was getting ready to be a mega superstar.
Next Chris Rock or something like that.
Yeah. I mean, if he's guilty of that shit, you shouldn't expose yourself to women.
You shouldn't. What he did was, I heard he got in front of the door, right? The women were in his apartment.
Yeah.
He got in front of the door and he pulled his dick out and he started jerking off, which is fucking crazy. I would never do something like that.
and
That's a
going
weird
into this
move.
Woody Allen kind of spiel. Like, I just really I know this is really embarrassing, but it's just something I like to do. Yeah,
Yeah,
it's fucked up.
that's not something a normal man would do. I don't think that's like a
Especially when you were as successful as he was.
well. That I think that has something to
It's
do with
weird.
it. Weinstein, he jerked off in the plant. I
Yeah.
think there's some kind of fucking thing where powerful men they do shit like this, but it's like a what do you call it? Like how some guys skydive for it, or they
Oh, like
like
the
a
risk of
thrill.
losing it
Yeah,
all.
yeah.
You can
You,
lose. Oh,
yeah, it's very
that's fun. That is a
struck.
night thought, everybody. I hope everyone's listening to this. This is getting fucking good.
These are night thoughts. Tony
Yes.
Macaroni is in the chat. Hey Tony,
Tony,
get up
how
here,
you
dude.
doing, sir?
Tony, one
These
of
are
the
not
realest
offensive
ones.
thoughts. These are night thoughts.
These are night thoughts.
That's weird because, like, you wouldn't, like, if you were like a normal guy, which I don't know if I'm that normal, but kind of normal, you don't want a chick laughing at you because
Well,
you're trying to pull your pud in front of her, you know?
if you're worth millions of dollars, I can kind
Yeah.
of see. You think you can take care of every situation. You're probably a control freak at that point, but it's like,
Yeah. It
yeah,
might turn you
it's
on
gonna,
to have to pay a woman $1 million not to tell
yeah,
on you.
get fucking strong arm
Yeah.
by some
Yeah.
fucking bitch. Yeah, this is so true, man. These are night thoughts.
You'd be like, well, guess who's not going to be my opening act this month? Uh-huh.
Yeah, that pisses
Yeah,
women
it's
off.
crazy
When you
shit,
when you don't make a woman your opening act on your obscure comedy tour when you're working the circuit. Yeah.
Ooh,
Well, a
that's
lot of
so,
comedians,
yeah.
a lot of married comedians. I back in the day, I knew they wouldn't hire women or work with women because there's a good chance they might cheat on their wives. And so it's a night thought
So
right
they
there.
they knew that the women would be easy to get. See, that's the
Oh yeah.
thing that I don't know if like it's appropriate or not to say it in public, but when Donald Trump says something about being really rich and powerful gets you high class pussy or whatever he said, and he's not lying. That's not
That's not a
fiction.
lie. That's true. Oh, did you hear
Yeah.
what Trump said? Let me find this clip. I'll play it for us about that NFL football player, Dart dude, that Dart guy.
No.
He's like,
Did
his
he say something
thighs, his
racist
thigh-"
about
No,
a
he
foot?
said
Oh
something
shit.
super gay. He says super gay stuff all the time, which I mean, I don't mind Trump. I think he's a
I saw
smart
where
businessman.
somebody
Not
he kept
presidential material, but a smart
he kept
businessman.
talking about how good looking some guy was
Yeah,
and
he
how
does it
good
all the
look.
time. It's
Yeah.
strange.
Okay.
I
Yeah.
don't know, man. I don't know if they got something on him like gay stuff, maybe. I think Israel, the Mossad has
Well,
something on
remember,
Trump.
like a couple months ago, some of the Epstein emails. One of them was talking about him sucking off Bubba,
Yeah. Yeah. Bill Clinton, the famous
which
president.
yeah,
Yeah.
that's what a lot of people assumed that it was. They probably did, man. So remember The
Probably did.
Shining, where they walk into the room and that guy's in a bear suit blowing that other guy?
Something like that.
Kubrick,
Yeah.
man. Stanley Kubrick knew all this shit, dude. I'm convinced.
Stanley
He
Kubrick
knew.
is so interesting. The guy was a fucking genius. He made so many movies. I
Yeah,
mean, there's movies nobody even talks about, like
I know.
Spartacus. It's like crazy.
Barry
to me.
Lyndon is
Yeah,
very
but
good, but it's very kind of like a period piece kind of movie.
that Barry Lyndon was shot in fucking all candlelight because
Yeah, the lens
Kubrick
was
got
made by
lenses from
NASA.
he had
Yeah.
NASA lenses. Yeah.
I think that's the main reason why I saw it is I wanted to see because I was starting to believe the moon hoax. So I wanted to see like how cool that lens was.
Well, you know, my
Like,
feeling on the moon hoax was, I believe what people saw when it happened in 1964. Was that when we went to the moon? Somewhere around there.
69 was the
69.
first
That was later. Okay.
alleged first landing.
Well, my theory is we've probably been to the moon. We've probably still been going to the moon since then. But I think they faked the moon landing because they don't want us to see what's actually on the fucking moon and what's going on. So they faked
Some
the
people
footage,
think that
but
there's
we've been to the moon millions of times, in my personal opinion. Spartacus show. Tony Maroney says Spartacus show was pretty cool. Yeah, the Spartacus show. I love that show. Let me play. Let me get
I've
a
heard
video
people say
feed into
before-
the fucking StreamYards. Go ahead. Just keep speaking, Russ.
See, I've heard
Your
some
thoughts.
people theorize that on the moon are a bunch of fucking demons.
Yeah. They
Monster
said that
demons.
we just went to the dark side of the moon, and they said it was boring as
Yeah.
the dark side of the moon's supposed to be the bad moon, like where a bunch of stuff's going on. But they didn't. Pink Floyd's The Wall. Pink
Yeah.
Floyd's Dark Side of the
There's
Moon.
probably something to do with. There's probably a Stanley Kubrick, Roger Waters tie-in.
Yeah. I think Stanley Kubrick probably fucked Roger Waters, dude.
They have to.
Did you have that? I heard when you play Eyes Wide Shut and you play Pink Floyd's The Dark Side of the
Vision
Moon
Bell. Yeah.
backwards, it all makes sense.
Yeah, it probably is something about that. It's just, are you brave enough to do it? Do you want to get?
I did download that
fucked
when I
up.
was I downloaded the Pink Floyd The Wall, or not Pink Floyd The Wall, but Pink Floyd Dark Side of the Moon with the Wizard of Oz. And it is kind of weird, but I mean, if you're
does
high and
work,
you're
but I
watching,
think that's-
everything's weird.
Yeah,
If-
it would be insane to think that they spent all that time syncing it up.
yeah. I don't even know what they're trying to sync up. They sync.
You ever get that feeling where you get interested in a conspiracy theory and it seems like horse shit, and then you're like, well, fuck, what if all the other ones I kind of believe are horse shit too?
Yeah, I mean, it's all
Like
kind
all of them.
Yeah.
Like the child
Bigfoot.
sex trafficking, Satan worshiping cults and stuff. I mean,
I think that's real. Bigfoot.
I do, but there's a lot of, what do they call it? Like limited hangouts where people will give you some real information and then they'll say something really fucking stupid that makes it all seem like just crazy bullshit.
Yeah, well, that's disinformation agents, dude. That's the CIA and FBI giving you disinfo so they can make it look ridiculous. When
Okay, I'm
actually
gonna
it's
tell
true.
a really dirty story here. But you know
Go
who
ahead.
Paul Bonacci is,
These,
right? Paul Bonacci
these are night
claims-
thoughts, man. Paul Bonacci.
These are night thought stories. Well, Paul Bonacci is one of those guys that claims to have been child sex trafficked. Like involved
Paul
in the Franklin
Bonacci
Cup.
said that.
Yeah.
Who was like Johnny Depp played him? Who is the
Hunter
oh,
Thompson, yes.
Yeah. He said he videotaped all the snuff films,
And that he helped kidnap Johnny Gosh, the missing paper boy.
Well, that's
okay.
They get
check
John
this
Wayne
out, dude.
Gacy up in that case too. John Wayne Gacy
and
was
a
the
guy
guy
named
that,
John Norman that
the
was
Air Force
doing.
Base. Off at Air Force
Yeah.
Base in Omaha, Nebraska, is where they said he picked up the boy. They picked up Johnny Gosh and all them.
Well, I remembered this story because it was so fucked up. The Paul Bonacci guy claimed that this is the father, George Herbert Walker Bush. Like they were having one of those Larry King, not the
Larry King
Jewish
parties? Yeah.
news guy, the black Larry King.
Republican.
They were having a sex party, and George H.W. Bush shows up, picks the Paul Bonacci kid, takes a bunch of drugs, has anal intercourse with Paul Bonacci, and then puts a cigarette out on the kid's penis.
Yeah.
Well, dude, that's a fucked up story, but someone repeated that and claims that George H.W. Bush did that in relation to some Epstein party years ago.
That's his trademark then, right? That's
Yeah, isn't that fucked up?
Yeah.
Like, how would you know to copy that, dude? That's so crazy.
Well, they're saying we didn't get half the Epstein files, and a lot of them are about child sex.
Yeah,
They
the
were
war
killing
in
children.
Iran.
That's Zorro
Yeah.
Ranch they had like there's like a helicopter pad with like a bunch of shit around it, like a circular pattern. And there's these guys who study like the occult, and they're like, that's where that looks like the type of symbol where they sacrifice children on. Like, and then the fucking the guy who owned that ranch, he dug that area up before the FBI could get there. They were trying to get rid of fucking dead bodies, in my personal opinion. They're trying to get rid of children's dead bodies.
When he was getting ready to get sent away for the last time, he ordered like muriatic acid and a bunch of 55-gallon drums.
Well,
like
people
the Jeffrey Dahmer way.
There might have been a water distillation what do we call it, facility there, but they're saying that's still too much acid to fucking a crazy amount of whatever chemical he was using that Jeffrey Dahmer used, I think, to dissolve bodies.
And those guys like Dahmer because that one Podesta guy had art based on the Polaroids that Dahmer took. Remember?
Oh, Podesta's brother has that in his house.
Yeah.
Yeah. And then that fucking.
So they're
not going to tell us. They're not going
to.
You think the Epstein files are going to be released and they're going to tell us everything that happens? No, our country would shut down. Everybody would freak out. You know what I mean? You know, you see this right here.
Carter is going viral after calling out his own quarterback.
You see this?
What is this?
He's calling out his quarterback, the guy Trump hit on. He's saying, I think he's probably going to say he's gay. Can you hear it?
Yeah. Jackson Dart.
Jackson Dart. This is where Trump's like, oh, his thighs are so great. Yeah.
Following a controversial moment involving President Trump in New York. During the event, Jackson Dart introduced Trump ahead of a speech, and the clip immediately started spreading across social media, especially after Abdul Carter reposted it with the message, "Thought this shit was AI, what we doing, man?" Honestly, a lot of fans were shocked seeing a former...
That's funny. His teammates are calling him out for Trump hitting on him. That's pretty funny.
First round pick publicly react to his own quarterback like that. Usually situations like this stay private behind the scenes. So the fact Abdul posted it publicly instantly turned this into a huge online discussion. Some people online are agreeing with Abdul and saying the situation felt random and unexpected, while others are defending Jackson Dart and saying athletes should be allowed to support whoever they want politically. What also makes the situation crazier is that Jackson is expected to be one of the faces of the Giants organization moving forward as the starting quarterback.
That's gay sports stuff. Let me find Trump's speech on this Dart guy. He's like, he's got the biggest thighs ever. He doesn't want to deal with women. He's got great thighs. This is what Trump said about this guy. It was just Trump says a lot of gay stuff about men, especially in the
noticed
military.
That somebody was pointing that out. I wish I could remember where, but it was couple clips of him just gushing over how handsome and beautiful these young
that's gay,
guys
right?
were. But he claims that his mentor was Roy Cohn, that lawyer.
Roy Cohn died of HIV, I think. He was a horrible homosexual. He was a blackmail king, dude.
Yeah, he taught Trump the business. So unfortunately, Trump.
I just want to hear. I think it might have got scrubbed from YouTube. Trump talking about fucking. Oh, this might be AI. I have to see this.
While rapidly building conventional ballistic missiles, they were going to do it all.
I think he's at the Biden point. Biden lost his fucking mind. I think Trump's close, if not there. Being too old.
Well, he's going to be 80 in a month, right? He's
yeah.
Turn 80.
And it seems like he's losing his mind. Either he's gotten to a point where he doesn't give a shit about anything, or he's lost his mind. Either way, we are fucked, man.
Do you believe in Kuru, that disease you get from adrenochrome?
Yeah, that's why Hillary. That's why Hillary was freaking out, dude.
And they've shown pictures of Ellen DeGeneres recently, and she looks like she's aged like 100 years in just like a few years.
I heard it's really bad with Hillary. She's like or Ellen. It's bad. People are saying Ellen looks like she doesn't have her adrenochrome. Like she's
Yeah.
yeah.
And that's something, wasn't Hunter S. Thompson the first person to mention adrenochrome?
Yeah, that's where a lot of
Yeah.
people first heard about it. The adrenal gland of a human. That's where they take that shit.
A scared young person.
And then he takes
pineal
that
gland or whatever.
Yeah, Hunter S. Thompson. It's very funny. He's like into like Johnny Gosh snuff films, and he's also into adrenochrome. I think that guy was pretty fucked up. He killed himself.
I forget who it was. It was
He's
maybe
connected
Johnny
to a bunch
Depp.
of stuff.
One of those
theories.
people said that the first time they hung out with Hunter S. Thompson, he had a video of animals being tortured playing in the background over and over again.
Yeah, I'm sure that guy, if he's filming snuff films of like presidential candidates and stuff, I'm sure he had a bunch of blackmail on people. He took his own life though, which who knows? So maybe he didn't take his
That's
own
a
life.
weird. Yeah, when you look into that, it's really weird, like why he did it, when he did it, and the stuff surrounding it. Yeah.
Yeah. And I mean, I gotta say, Walt Disney, dude. You've heard of Walt Disney? They said I've been reading that book.
Did not like Jews. He did not like
Well,
Jews
it's
at
much
all.
darker than he's part of the secret society, the Demolays. It's like a offshoot of Freemasonry and like the Shriners, the Demolays. And
I remember that this friend of mine was part of it when I was in middle school or high school.
The Demolays,
really
yeah, it's like a kid
organization.
Demolay. Yeah. Anyway, Walt Disney and Bloodlines Illuminati, written by Fritz Springmeier. There's a whole chapter about the Disney family, and they had the best cameras and stuff. And Walt Disney, behind the scenes, he was filming snuff films, children's snuff films, which I people write that off, but I think there's some truth to that. It makes sense.
I think if you're an adult and you're really into like doing children's entertainment stuff, you're probably a fucking pervert.
You're probably horrible. Yeah, like
So remember
who's
that
the famous pedophile from
it
England?
happens. Yeah, like Jimmy Savile.
Yeah.
It happens so often that these people that are teachers or have something to do with children.
I would say
are
from what I was seeing, the pedo hunters and stuff, a lot of those people in the children organizations they're into child stuff, man.
But even the people willing to be decoys and stuff are also into that kind of shit.
Oh yeah, Southwest Jeff, I think is 100% a child pedophile.
Remember Doug Stanhope used to do that shit, pretending to be a kid to get adults to talk to him about sex and stuff. And he's probably the most perverted man of the past 30 years. One of them, I would think.
I met Doug Stanhope back in the early 2000s. I talked to him quite a bit for like, he did a show and I talked to him and stuff. And he was going back to his hotel and he didn't do any drugs, but he was like, yeah, I'm going to go pick up some prostitutes. That was his thing. He would pay like he would have sex with the prostitutes and he would let everybody know. Yeah. I got to get back to my hotel to have sex with these prostitutes. That's the kind of guy. He was a cool guy to talk to, but that's like his whole thing was. He was fat as fuck. He was wearing overalls.
I remember hearing him on a couple of podcasts, and he sounded like he was like kind of like, I don't know, like deranged in a way.
Yeah,
he's just drunk all the time. But
yeah,
he seemed like he was talking about trolling predators online, and it seemed like that he really liked pretending to be a little girl.
Well, how do you mean? Especially back, this was a while ago. Back then, you're only
this was at least 20 years ago.
You're only going to get into that if you've actually done it. I wouldn't.
Whenever To Catch a Predator was a big TV show, that's around the time this was happening. Because on a blog or something he mentioned doing it, or his official website or Facebook or something. I just remember thinking, yeah, that's really weird that that's your hobby. You're not even connected to law enforcement or, something like to catch a predator, and you're just doing it just to, I don't know, strange, isn't it?
Yeah, especially back then, it's like, well, I mean, you're only gonna get into this if you're actually doing it. And then, well, who knows? A real evil guy who's a pedophile could be like, yeah, I'm catching these guys do it. And then the FBI catches on, and then they get immunity, so nobody knows that. So it doesn't matter if they do it; they have immunity if they're FBI
Yeah,
fucking
it's a
snitches.
weird thing to get into, especially the people that are willing to talk to some old pervert for hours about sex shit
Yeah,
just to
Adam
keep dating
Rosen,
them or
definitely,
whatever.
dude. Oh,
Yeah,
somebody.
that's weird. I'm sorry. I think that's really fucking weird.
That's definitely weird. The Adam Rosen guy, the big fat guy that I think he's from Texas. He does all those things. He's talking to these pedophiles all the time. Somebody like an Indian person hacked into his email, and he was really like worried and upset. It's like, yeah, I can imagine that guy's fucking whatever he's got in
Yeah.
his emails probably aren't great. Let me see real quick. Uh Let me get my Twitter. Twitter's pretty fucking great, man. See,
Also
which
known as X nowadays, right?
yeah, they call it X. I wonder,
If you're
Elon.
new to
Do you think
it.
Elon, the richest man in the world, would just completely change it to X? But
Do you
it
think
still
that
comes up
Elon
Twitter,
used
man.
to like to Elon probably used to like to pretend to be a 12-year-old girl in AOL
Oh,
chats
Elon,
for Star Trek and
his
stuff like that.
grandfather became rich mining blood diamonds in Africa, so I'm sure he's a
Ooh.
pretty great guy. I'm pretty sure Elon Musk is his family's probably pretty fucking. They said they're evil. They're like summoning demons and shit all the time. That's how you
That
get in that
seems to
level,
be
man.
that's something I've learned over the years, and especially like I've been refreshed in it because of the Epstein shit. Is that if you're super, super rich and powerful, you're a Satan worshiper. Like
Not always, but
you probably
I mean,
pretend to be a Christian, but you do weird Moloch and Baal worship things.
no doubt about it. I mean, I think
Yeah.
we're talking about they're talking about aliens. They're talking about they're going towards the galactic scheme where they're saying these aliens are from different planets and galaxies, but honestly, they're from another dimension. These are they talk about all these aliens in the Bible. They talk about the reptilians, the Nordics. They talk about the insectoid people. They're all the seraphim in the Bible. The
Yeah.
Nahish are the reptilians, the seraphims. All these fucking Bible shit, man. Just read your Bible, dude. I would say. Me
I think
bring
we should probably, if we can convince Hostbusters into doing it, we should have like an esoteric approach to Bible study.
I believe that, man. The
Just go
Kabbalah.
from Genesis to Revelation. It's just like that'd be material for a couple years
All right,
if
I'm
we
on my
streamed
ex, I
every
think.
week for a year.
You see my ex, dude?
Is that you?
Yeah.
Let me see. I've only got one eye that works, so I gotta
I'm
focus on
sorry.
it.
I'm sorry. I'll go
Okay,
home real
go.
quick. Look at this. What's going on in the skies, dude?
Oh, that's crazy, dude.
Yeah, I think
Is
it's
that, is
happening in
that over
China.
Israel? Oh,
Yeah,
China.
probably. There's like some weird shit. It looks like a giant fucking fireworks display
Crazy
in the
new
sky.
warfare.
It could be AI. I don't know. I feel like Middle Eastern people, Mexican people from Mexico, like a lot of brown skinned people, if something happens in the sky, they freak out. Like they don't like they've never seen a movie or anything like
It's a
that. Like
miracle.
It's a miracle from the Mother Mary, dude.
Yeah, I don't know. I don't want to be too skeptical, but
I mean, I've never seen anything like this in the sky. If I seen something like this, I wouldn't be yelling. I'd be like, "Well, that's interesting."
I'd be
Next,
terrified if I didn't know what it was.
if you didn't know what
So I've seen
fireworks
this
were,
this footage that like 9/11 footage really freaks me out. Although some people think that's not real, but there was this cargo plane, this UPS plane, that crashed right after takeoff and into some buildings and almost hit
oh
a
yeah,
highway. It's the scariest fucking shit on earth, dude.
dude, you
I
gotta.
swear.
Well, at least the jet engines are blowing up before they get into the air. That's what I say about
All
that.
that fuel just
I'd
all
rather
that
be on the
fuel
ground.
catching on fire is like the biggest. I mean, you would think it was AI, but it's real. And
Yeah.
it's really freaky too.
Well, some people are saying that they're pretty sure that the fucking 9/11, a lot of those videos were AI. But I don't understand. There's people in New York with cameras that were
Yeah,
filming
you
it.
can hear the
That
planes.
couldn't
There's
all
all
be
these different
fake. That
angles.
couldn't all be fake.
Yeah, I
don't
know.
think.
That's the one thing that I can't get because there's a Facebook group that I saw about September 11th conspiracies. And one of the rules before you could even post in the group is you can't believe that there were planes involved.
Well, it's like
If you think that gets you kicked out of the group is if you actually think planes crashed into anything. Period.
it's like I understand maybe AI was around, the government had it, and they were making these videos, but like there's a bunch of people in New York with camcorders. That was a big
Yeah,
thing
and
back
I've
in
seen
2001, and
I've
they
seen a
all
bunch of
they all
stuff.
have they have all these footage of planes
There's
crashing
2
into
or
the building.
3
That couldn't
accidental
all been
ones.
AI.
The first plane hitting, there's at least 2 accidental
Yeah.
footages of it. And by the time the second one hit, everyone was filming from different angles and shit.
Yeah.
So
It's
I don't
like one
know.
of the places where people film stuff. It was LA and New York at that time. They had the
And
cameras.
plus, one plane had already gone crashing into one of them, so everyone
Yeah.
was on high alert.
I'm filing that
Yeah,
under bullshit. There wasn't a AI back then making faking the 9/11 attacks. I think well, they said there was rockets in those planes. So that could be true, but I don't believe the
yeah,
planes are
I've heard
holographic.
that the place was wired to blow up, and the planes were just like the beginning, and
What
then the
the
bombs were set off.
I think the common conspiracy theory is a bunch of the dancing
Yeah,
Israelis. There was a bunch of Jewish
that's
guys
real.
that went in there and
Yeah,
they said they were working on the elevators and they put a bunch of thermite explosives
yeah.
in the building, which I believe that. I don't believe the planes were
Like
holographic. Like,
Anthony Cumia used to do the Jesse Ventura impersonation. Thermite paint, thermite paint.
yeah,
But yeah, no, because see, like I'm gonna okay, this is just night thoughts. I think when it comes to
night
I
thoughts.
think when it comes to hating white Christian males in the United States, Jewish people and Muslim people are pretty much on the same page and would work together to do some terrorist activity.
Yeah, I
That's
believe
just
that.
my night thought, though.
That could be the greatest conspiracy that the Jews in the top fucking Muslim people
Yeah,
are in
be
cahoots
like, yeah,
and they're
when it
causing
comes to
terror everywhere. Yeah. Fuck the US government, I think, probably has something to do with it.
yeah, because a lot
The
of those
CIA.
people, I think Trump is probably guilty of it. He just sold his soul to the yarmulke and the dreidel years ago. He's just like, okay, these people
I'm not
control
too.
everything. That's cool with me.
I think Trump's just trying to not get assassinated at this point. Which, I mean, if I
Yeah,
were the president
a friend of mine
and
thinks the
somebody were
same
trying
thing
to,
that he
I feel like I was gonna do something wrong, I'm just not gonna try to assassinate. I'm gonna do whatever I can to not get assassinated. I mean, in his position,
Just
even
wants
though it's
to
evil as fuck, it's like,
have all these ballrooms and plaques and stuff, and just not get. Yeah, because every couple weeks now, there's some weird attempt on his LIFE.
the newest one. A guy went on to the fucking. Let me get it back on the Twitter.
It
Back
looked
on
like
Twitter.
Jussie Smollett, or no, that's a different one.
Yeah, she's swollen. Remember him, dude? That guy was full of shit the whole time. Dude, my Twitter feed. Look at this one. You see this? This is about Indian
I bet
people.
that's wild. I'm not on X, but I know a lot of weird shit.
What do you
gets
think about?
posted on
What do you
X,
think about
Twitter.
this video right here?
The poop evolves into a pooplet, then a poopjeet, then a fully grown pajit. Each pajit produces 450,000 offspring. Every one of those poops will follow the same life cycle, which is what has caused the explosive population growth in India. To try and alleviate this, pajits have been mass migrating to other nations, which has caused a lot of issues in their host nations. Hygiene, odor, behavior.
Yeah, so this video says that every poop an Indian takes on the street, that little poop has a life cycle like a person. Dude, do you see the woman? Fucking, I gotta show this video, dude. I can find it. Let me go to my bookmarks. This shit's
I spend a
fucking
lot
crazy.
of time on Instagram watching just weird.
Instagram's
clips from
good
around the
too.
world.
I just can't. I've got too popular on Instagram where people talk to me. I don't want anybody to talk to me on social media. I just want to watch the videos they have. I don't want. I don't want.
There's like people getting mad at you about some, and you didn't even think you posted anything
You never
horrible
post
at all.
anything. People are just mad.
People
Yeah.
are like, "Fuck you, motherfucker! I'd kill you."
I'll kill you, motherfucker. Oh, this is the one right here. Check this. Can you see?
Okay.
All right, check this out, dude. This Indian woman grabs a cow
They're
shit.
always in
Check this
poop,
shit out.
aren't they?
This is ridiculous. What the fuck, dude? She's holding the turd like a baby, dude.
This is not AI. This is
real.
And she's delighted that it's come out like a baby. That's crazy.
I mean, I want to say it's disgusting, but there's some beauty in it, I guess. It's like those women that do pottery, like in Ghost.
Well, think of how awful a lot of these videos would be if you could smell.
Oh, the
what it's
smell.
like.
That's what I was thinking. I was like, this looks great, but if you could like smell what's going on, it would fuck your day up. You know what I mean?
Have you seen those those Indian food vendors where everything looks like it's in like rusty, hazardous containers and stuff? And they're making sandwiches. Okay, I bet she's got something really. Go back up to her. What is she upset about? Is something about
Let's hear
white
it.
privilege? or something.
Let's hear it. Let's hear this stupid bitch. Night thoughts, everybody. Don't get mad at me. Don't get mad at Russ.
Do you just want me to pull it out?
I want to see it. I want to see the proof.
You want to see the proof?
And I want to know if it's bigger than mine.
What?
Is that not valid? Is that not valid? Is there something wrong with
Oh, this might be a joke video.
what I said? It's just I just want to.
Okay.
I just want to see it. I just want to see it.
No. Absolutely not.
I don't know if
Oh, that
she
she's
might
a
have a dick.
trans?
Yeah, she might have a
Oh.
penis. That might be what that was about.
See, unfortunately I have scrolled through TikTok before. I want to apologize to the Night Thought audience, but whenever I see a young gal with multicolored hair, I assume she's complaining about white people doing something.
Yeah, the oppression, man. Because
Or Nazis and
so many poor. There's
Fascist.
so many worthless white trash white people who are all dumb as fuck. We cause all the oppression. Bullshit.
Yeah. You gotta think, if you were any other race and you were anti your own race, people would think that something was really wrong with you. But why is it acceptable to be so anti-white if you're white? I don't get
Well,
that.
in America, in the school program, they say all white people own slaves. That's not true. There's like 1% of the population in the 17 and 1800s owned slaves. And most white people were like Irish immigrants, German immigrants who were just poor as fuck. Well, there's like these English people who came there first, and there's like 1% of all white people own black slaves. But for some reason, every white person in America, their family supposedly own slaves. Not true at
And
all. It was like
when people are
the
upset about
Johnson
that,
family owned a lot of slaves. The
they don't
Smith
consider
family owned
that
a
the
lot of slaves.
Civil War, a lot of white people died fighting against slavery, which luckily
Yeah.
not my side. My side was not, I didn't lose a bunch of great grandparents just for black people to think I owe them everything nowadays. So
Well,
I'm
Abraham
clear of that.
Lincoln was one of the
Ooh,
worst
he's a terrible
slavery guys
president.
ever. He
Yeah.
was he killed Native Americans at a
He
whim.
was
He
one of
was a
the first,
horrible
like, he
guy.
seems to be the first virtue signaling politician, like, who knew that you
What they
could
said that
just
later, but
bullshit.
he was a horrible,
Yeah.
horrible. He didn't care about slavery.
Uh-uh.
The fucking Civil War was mostly a tariff war. A lot of poor people from the South were being fucking taxed through tariffs. And they're like, we don't want hey, North, stop taxing us. And stop giving these high tariffs to us. It had nothing to do with slavery. It's fucked up, man. But like the people who are in charge, the elites, they want us to fight against each other. So they're going to say, oh, yeah, all white people own slaves and shit like that. It's all bullshit, man. It's all fucking
Yeah,
bullshit. These elites, they come from fucking, these fucking bloodline families. And
yeah, it's crazy. Of course, it's me being I was a boomer back when I was 10 years old, so it's nothing new. But this guy that produced The Doors, his name was Paul Rothschild. No shit.
yeah, he's probably part of the Rothschild family.
Yeah,
And the Rothschild family, that you want to get mad at the Germans for killing the Jews? No, it was a Jewish family called the Rothschilds that extinguished most of those Jews in the Holocaust, to be
They
honest.
supported Nazi
And they
Germany.
created Israel also. Yeah.
Yeah, I've heard people say one was done, like everything that happened during World War II, including the H
Yeah.
word. I'm not revising or denying anything, but it was done to make a case for Israel, which what happened 4 years after the war ended, 3 years after the war ended.
I think there was a
And that's
slightly
still something
large
being fought
population
over
of Jews in Europe at that time.
80
And the
years later,
people
almost 80.
and these super wealthy families, like the Rothschilds,
Scary.
actually, they married
These night thoughts
into the
can get really
bloodline.
scary,
Yeah.
especially if you have insomnia and you're trying to go to sleep. But instead of actually going to sleep, you just doom scroll a bunch of weird shit about the government and all these conspiracies going back.
Well, when I
Like I
try to go
can't
to
even.
sleep,
I'm
man,
not a very
I'm trying
smart
to.
person, so I can't really like keep up with all of them. But
When I'm
it just seems like
when
you
I'm
get
trying
the
to go to
feeling
sleep,
that
man,
everything is
I
just
just
a
read about the
losing battle.
Holocaust and what the
That
numbers were
that there's
actually
always
like.
something going against you.
Yeah.
Or you can doom scroll all this weird shit about serial killers and stuff. And I wouldn't recommend that because I think that
We're gonna
I
we're
don't
gonna
know,
we're
man.
gonna
I
have to
just
get into serial killers on Night
you
Thoughts,
should doom
guys.
scroll
We're We're gonna have
I
to
was
get
gonna
to
say
serial
Disney
killers.
movies, but nah, that's pretty dark too.
I love
Old
Night Thoughts,
fables.
man. Night
Just
Thoughts
look up some old
is my
fables.
favorite.
Just
Can you hear
Google
me?
search fables and read some old fables.
Oh shit, my bad, dude. Oh yeah.
Oh,
Night
I'm sorry.
Thoughts.
I thought I got
I
on your
muted
nerves so
myself by
bad. You
accident, dude. Night
muted.
Thoughts. We're gonna have to
I
get
was
into serial
rambling.
killer
I was
talk,
going on
dude.
a real big ramble.
Yeah, I did. I kept talking. I was like, dude, why you keep talking? Why are you interrupting me?
No, I couldn't hear you. You were.
I
I thought you
muted
were like, this guy
myself. My bad,
sucks. Let me.
dude.
Let me like the O&A thing where they would just go silent.
Yeah. Just let the guy
No, but
keep
do you ever
talking.
do that? Like you're having trouble sleeping and you start doom scrolling the worst shit on earth.
Oh yeah, man.
Like,
All the
oh
time.
man, why am I?
That's
I'm
what
watching
night.
another
This is
Jeffrey.
Night Thoughts, dude.
Yeah, night thoughts. You might wind up watching yet another Jeffrey Dahmer documentary at 5 in the
I
morning.
might have to watch another BTK documentary with his
Yeah.
daughter trying to apologize for all
Pictures
the
of
murders he
him
committed.
looking
Yeah.
like Courtney Love in a hotel room. Yeah, it's really disturbing shit.
This is what Night Thoughts is about, dude.
Yeah, in a way, I always tell people it kind of makes you feel better about yourself. You're like, at least I never did that shit to anyone.
Well, this is every Monday night around a Tuesday morning, okay, from 1:30 to about 4 a.m. We're going to do a show called Night Thoughts. Is that all right with you?
I like the idea. Totally, no script. There's nothing. Well, I guess you don't want to lose a channel or anything, but
I don't care, man. I don't care about my
we will talk
channels.
about the weirdest shit on earth.
Yeah. I just found Trump. Well, here's the thing about
And
Twitter. I love the Twitter
Me too.
algorithm because if you get into something, it automatically sends you into that algorithm, and you have
See, I've
videos for days, dude.
I've quit other things recently, but
Uh,
now one of my things is I'm addicted to my phone, so I don't want to keep putting extra apps on and shit. So I'm just like looking at it all day and night,
Just make
checking it.
a Twitter
'Cause I-
account and don't befriend anybody. Don't talk to anybody, and just watch the
had one
videos
from
and add them to your
years ago.
bookmarks, dude. The
Yeah,
Twitter
I need to
algorithm is
reactivate it.
crazy. I'm telling you, man. Let's watch Trump right
One
here.
state sponsor of terror will never have a nuclear weapon. Oh, and they won't. They will never have
Whoa.
a nuclear weapon. I'm sure you know that.
I don't care if that. I wish they had nuclear weapons. I wish they would kill us, man. Whoa, what is the fuck
You know
is this
what's
shit?
coming up, which I just thought of something else to worry about. In a couple months, it's going to be the 250th birthday
Well,
of the
America,
United
yeah.
States of America. Yeah, because I was born. I was a bicentennial baby. So my birthday's
Oh, you
in
were there for
August.
the 100th?
200th. Yeah, I was born like a month and some change after the 200th birthday of America. So
Wow.
yeah, I'm wondering, would they be shitty enough to? Because I don't know. Before, like none of the dates really correspond, do they? Like, there's not like the Christmas bombing of something or other or anything like that in
No,
history.
I
I
don't
could
think
be
so.
wrong.
That's pretty
Be
crazy,
too
man.
obvious. They probably have like the massive amount of security on anything even slightly patriotic or military
Well, that's, I
on
mean,
the 250th.
what do you call that shit where they study the stars? That shit's all true. That's like they say millionaires study the market and
Yeah, do you know who did?
billionaires
Is
study the
Nancy Reagan
stars,
was
dude.
into astrology when Ronald Reagan was
Astrology's
president.
my I think it's too nerdy and gay for me to follow, but yeah, if you
It
study
always
astrology,
seems like it's love advice. Like you'll find
yeah,
someone
well,
that's
it's
a
always
Taurus, and
dumbass
they'll
women. Oh, are you a fucking Cancer? Or are you a fucking
I
Leo?
finally found my 6'5",
That's
six-pack
all
ab
bullshit.
billionaire boyfriend.
But
Yeah.
there's a way That's what how they used to fucking people on the ships. They used to follow the stars to get to where they wanted to go. That's like there's definitely something to do with that. Like, yeah,
Yeah, no,
yeah.
it's all. This is a night thought, but a lot of serious stuff gets turned gay, and then you just don't want to get into it.
Well,
You're
I
like,
think a
fuck
lot of
that.
serious stuff is just kind of gay, but I guess you
Yeah,
can
or
make
yeah,
millions.
it's
You can make
naturally
millions if you follow the gay
it's
shit. That's kind of
yeah.
that's like you're definitely going to hell if you're like doing like you're studying the stars for certain stuff.
Oh,
Like
I
yeah,
know, because when I was
you're
a
going to
kid,
hell for that.
when I was a kid, being a born again charismatic Christian was big, and I
Yeah.
remember they would preach about how astrology and all that shit it was devil worship basically.
I believe it is me personally. I think it's like
Probably,
what the fuck.
yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, it just seems like it would be because anything can be blasphemy, anything.
Some stupid bitch is asking me what my sign is. I'm like, this is devil. This is the devil's playground. You're playing
Yeah.
around with, bitch. And that's just the night
I don't
thought,
wanna-
man. It's just a night thought.
My night thought since I was raised in a time, my family wasn't super religious, like they weren't really preachy or anything,
Mhm.
but I watched a lot of shit on TV
Yeah.
about like teenagers blowing their brains out because they were listening to heavy
Dark
metal music
metal.
and
They're
shit.
listening
And
to.
yeah, it scared the
They're
fuck out
listening
of me.
to what was it? Led Zeppelin backwards. Which
Yeah.
I think is totally true. Those guys definitely probably
Yeah,
studied
Led Zeppelin's
stars.
one of the best bands on earth, and for that reason alone, they have to be evil, I think. You can't be
Well, I
that
don't
good
know.
of a band.
Black
Naturally.
Sabbath. If you listen to some of their records back,
Yeah, all
here's
my favorite bands are these bands from the 60s and 70s that were like supposedly devil worshippers and
well,
stuff.
if you actually listen to that shit, you play it backwards, like they're saying shit. But I don't understand how. I guess if you're really into the dark magic, you would make your words sound like "I love Satan" backwards. You know what I mean?
Yeah,
It
that
seems
makes
like
it like
seems like a lot of work
there's
to do that.
people that believe in that kind of stuff think that your subconscious mind can translate stuff spoken
Yeah,
back.
a regular white trash person probably couldn't translate that. Yeah,
I don't know, because if you really wanted to promote that stuff, you would just say it forward, right?
yeah. You just say, well, that's too on the nose, though.
'Cause I think nowadays you can't like. When's the last time anyone's complained that a song or an album caused a kid to do something wrong? I don't think anyone really cares anymore.
I think our government officials were probably like MK Ultra into doing this shit. That's how do you breathe?
'Cause I'll watch some shit, and it'll be people showing like the Grammys or whatever, and they'll be like, "Look at all this Illuminati shit. Look at all
Yeah.
this symbolism.
Well,
this
it's
Egyptian
there a
shit,
lot of
and this
times.
fire and stuff." Yeah, it's like no one cares.
Well, here I think it
Anymore.
all has to do with MK Ultra. What do you call it? The other stuff. What's it? The newest one people know about is
Monarch?
Project Monarch. Yeah. It's
Yeah.
like somebody said. I heard this in the podcast. Some lady was talking about. Okay, so if there's a hypnotist brought into the room with you, right? And they try to get you to do evil things, they can't do it because in humans' mind there's a fail safe where they can't do bad things. But if you take that person and you put them through horrible torture and like fucking like torture them, and then you hypnotize them,
Clockwork
then
Orange
it
shit.
breaks their mind. It shatters their mind, and they'll do whatever evil stuff you want to. A lot of these Trump assassins, I think, are MK Ultra victims, and their brains are broken.
And I
man.
wonder what's Do you think they're having to go someplace to be programmed, or it's just like they don't even realize it's happening to them?
I think their parents are kind of into it, and their parents take them there. These are different people than us. This is a weird. That James Holmes, that movie theater shooter guy, that guy,
Yeah,
his
what a
his
fucking
psychiatrist was in the CIA, and they had him all these pills. That guy was definitely fucking programmed to kill, dude.
like Dave McGowan wrote the
That guy's
book
still alive.
Programmed to Kill.
James Holmes is still alive, and he doesn't know what the fuck happened. And he tried to get himself killed. He did the what do you call it? The shooting underneath the neck. That's like that's what fucking Tyler Robinson, the Charlie Kirk shooter, he was supposed to get killed by the cops, but he didn't. And so now they're all freaking out. They don't know what to do because
Yeah, that's
he obviously did not kill Kirk. It's crazy, dude.
all this stuff has come out about that, and just how weird his widow acts. That's really strange.
Yeah. It's nuts.
I don't
bro.
really want to deep dive it because I don't want to just like have my life be filled with like disturbing content.
These are nice
But that's
thoughts.
so
We don't
weird.
have to delve
Yeah.
when you're trying to go to sleep,
Like
man.
I don't think that he was. I don't think that Charlie Kirk was just murdered by someone who was super liberal and thought he was anti-gay or
It seems like it was like the Mossad. It was like an Israel faction.
Because what he,
Yeah. I
because
think it
wouldn't
was
you
the
know, as soon
guy.
as he started criticizing a certain place,
Yeah.
kablamo!
I
He's
mean, all the
gone, you know?
videos that have been coming out, there's more videos, and it's like, yeah, this was like, it was
Like
the guy who shot him in the
exploding
neck.
lapel
It
mic.
was a security guard, and he used a handgun, like a little gun you can hold in your palm, to blow his fucking hole in his neck. Like, that's what I think happened. And I think a battery also. I think one of those Israeli fucking pagers went off on his neck also, dude. There's no way Tyler Robinson killed Charlie. What I think is Charlie Robinson or a guy they're Charlie Robinson might be a guy they're framing, but a guy maybe shot from like miles away, probably completely missed. Nobody noticed,
That's
but
one
it
of the
was
things
somebody
about him,
close to
like,
Charlie Kirk that killed him. It was a weapon
he
close
took
to him.
apart his that rifle and put it back
That makes
together a
no
bunch of times
sense.
for no reason. Yeah, it was just weird
Yeah,
shit.
the um there's dogs looking for weapons and they couldn't smell any of the gunpowder. Then like an hour later they found a weapon, which in an area the dogs already searched. Yeah, it's like it's all fucked up. The problem is that they train us to believe that our American government would never do anything like this. They would never be so evil to fucking cause this kind of fucking evil. But it's true, man. The American government's very evil. They'll do
And it
whatever they
automatically
can.
became a Democrat versus Republican thing.
Yeah,
The Charlie Kirk
and then we get us to
assassination.
fight against each other.
Yeah.
These are the night thoughts, guys. I have nothing against the American government. These are just thoughts I have before I go to sleep. My night thoughts.
Keeps you up at night. These
It
night
keeps
thoughts.
me up at night. All right, sometimes I jerk off, and I'm like, I'm going to bed, man. Then I read about Jeffrey Dahmer and John Wayne Gacy, and I'm like, was there a bigger conspiracy behind all the serial
They're
killers
connected to each other
in the
and
mid
stuff, yeah.
'80s to late 1990s? Is like, is there some kind? Is there are these guys connected? Why were there so many serial killers from 1969 to the early 1990s? Are these guys somehow?
Yes, it seems like the biggest ones that I can remember, like the ones that were sensational news stories for years, was starting with Manson in '69.
Yeah.
and ending with Dahmer in 1991, 92 ish. So
Yeah,
yeah,
but
that was a big
there's
chunk
still
of
some
time.
after that, but they're not.
Oh, a bunch, yeah. In
Yeah.
fact, there's one called Sean Gillis, but if you look him up, a bunch of Shane Gillis stuff shows up instead. I thought that was kind of funny.
Shane Gillis. Shane Gillis is probably a serial killer. I'm not
But
a
the
big
guy's
fan of
name is
Shane
Sean
Gillis.
Gillis, and they assume that you're looking for Shane. I wonder if he himself has noticed that. This guy was fucked up. He was a necrophiliac serial killer. He liked them 80 to whatever age. He kept body parts as souvenirs and all that kind of weird shit. And he was
Latest
from
one.
Baton Rouge,
The Gilgo
Louisiana.
Beach killer, dude, is like
Yeah.
he might be the last serial killer, dude. Let me get that on. We'll watch some of that. Fucking the guy was
Night
like
Thoughts.
6'9". He's facing charges. He's trying to get out of it. No, dude, you killed people. You're not getting
Yeah,
out of
that's-
this.
Do you think we'll live
What's
to
that?
see the Zodiac killer get solved? Because a lot of these formerly, because I remember when the
Rex
Golden
Heuermann,
State Killer,
dude.
yeah, Rex Howerman or Hewerman, yeah, they're finding these people.
Yeah, you probably will find. You think that's? You have to be really smart to be a serial killer nowadays with all the fucking what do you call it, DNA evidence and shit like that, dude.
62-year-old Rex Heuermann was charged with the murder of 7 women, known as the Gilgo Beach murders. Today, in front of a judge, he pleaded guilty to each and every one. He also admitted to the murder of an 8th woman today. And I gotta tell you, these details.
See, they just they get them when they finally catch them. They just confess too. They don't try to.
Well, I mean,
Like
they
guess
can. I imagine the reason why they don't confess or they do confess is because they don't want to get the death penalty. They want to
Yeah.
spend the rest of their days alive. That's what I don't understand. The MK Ultra shit must be very powerful because people are just willing to kill themselves. Me personally, my life has mostly been trash. There should be no reason why I want to live anymore, but I do.
Yeah, I'm getting ready
I
to turn
do
50,
like.
and
Yeah,
there's like nothing to show for my life. at
Yeah,
all.
but
And,
I
like the first
still
25
I
years,
value my life. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
That's gotta be like.
Yeah, because I'm still able to help people out and stuff.
Yeah.
But I couldn't imagine doing something. I don't know. Like if they told you, okay, we'll set you up with some money and shit, we'll take care of your family, you do this, this, and this, but you'll get killed.
Yeah. Well, I
So you
imagine
won't- yeah.
terrorists. They say you'll get what so many virgins and stuff when you go. If you're
Yeah,
actually buying
that's
to that
really-
bullshit, I guess. If you're that dumb to buy into that, I guess.
Yeah, it's
you would
hard
be-
to believe how dumb some people are because of their chosen religion that they believe in all that shit.
Oh shit! Lexi Lou just popped up, bro.
Sorry, Lexi. We're having some night thoughts.
Yeah, Lexi, she seems like the type of person she doesn't have night thoughts. I imagine she goes to sleep at night and she doesn't really think. She has no thoughts going on in her head, and she
She
wakes up in
thinks
the
of
morning and she
Pretty
bakes
mermaids
a
and
cake.
cartoon seashells.
Yeah,
talking to
she
her and
collects
stuff.
seashells
And
on
bakes
the
a
sea.
cake. Yeah, she wakes
That's
up
her
and bakes
interest.
a cake.
Good morning, Alexi. Good morning, y'all. Yeah, man. But these serial killers, man, they've got to go, dude. Actually, I want more serial killers.
I don't like it because if you're weird looking, people assume, like me, like people assume that you're a fucking serial killer, and that really kills the whole thing.
Yeah,
I like,
well,
look,
it's-
I look kind of strange, but I'm not
We
a
all know
fucking
that's,
serial
we
killer.
know Ted Bundy,
And
man.
plus,
He was
yeah,
what do
when
you
they
call it?
most serial killers were kind of like reasonably attractive, normal looking guys. If you didn't know what they had done, they wouldn't stick out. There's only like a few that looked really weird. like Henry Lee Lucas and Otis Toole. I think that's what started the whole crazy looking. Well, I guess people thought Charles Manson was crazy looking with the X carved in his
Well,
forehead and
did you
shit.
hear my theory on people who abuse children and they get caught? You know what my theory is? Or what my thing would be. They catch these people who like sexually abuse children. They should put sulfuric acid on their face and melt them down so they look like a bunch of ghoulish people. So every time you see a child molester and they look like they're melted, like a burnt victim, you know their inside matches their outside, dude.
Yeah. I just wish they wouldn't let them out. Like, if you molest or abuse a child, I don't think you should, because you know how namby-pamby those guys are. They're not going to become part of a prison gang when they're
No,
locked
they're
up.
gonna get killed.
They're
They
going to
have to
get
look at the
out for good.
paperwork,
They're going to
dude.
get out for good behavior because they're kiss-ass little like busybodies that just want everyone to
Well,
like
I
them
mean,
and
if
stuff.
they're in general
And yeah,
gen
unless they
pop,
get
they're gonna get
shanked.
killed, dude. Yeah.
But a lot of them pay bribes to not get killed. Is what I've heard.
The
It's
rich
like they-
ones. Who's that one guy
Yeah.
that just got killed? That singer from that emo band?
Yeah.
Yeah, he got killed.
Lost Profits,
Yeah.
Ian Watkins.
He
They
was still
said that
talking to young girls when he was in jail. Yeah,
he would
kill that
brag
guy.
about all the shit he did, and people would overhear him and just want to. And it took, like, what I heard is the people that did it planned on killing him for like a couple years before it ever happened. It was
Well,
so
it's like if
meticulous.
you have to spend life in prison and you're in prison forever, why not just fucking kill a horrible pedophile like that and be like the king of the jail? Why not? You know what I mean? That's what I
Yeah,
think.
I
If
wouldn't
you're
really
in
be
jail
upset
life,
if
dude.
I couldn't imagine being up. I know some people are really like super liberal about everything or whatever, but I couldn't imagine being upset that a bunch of pedophiles are getting murdered in prison. And well, it sucks for whoever had to clean up their blood and stuff. I feel bad for that person.
I hear myself. I can't hear myself.
I can hear you. You're wondering if you can hear yourself.
I can't hear myself, but guess I fucked up, man. I really fucked up now.
It's just a
To take you
night
inside of the
thought,
courtroom, you could hear
baby.
a pin drop as he stood there void of emotion and told the courtroom how he did it. He said he bound and tied each woman, strangled them, and then dismembered and disposed of their bodies in and around the
Ugh.
Gilgo Beach area. And I have to tell you, it was so uncomfortable to hear him plead guilty.
You really hate women. Like some woman cheated on you or something like that when you were young, and you're willing to strangle a woman to death, which takes a long time, from what I understand, and dismember them and bury them.
He killed a few Asian men also. He didn't like it. Young lady boy Asian men also killed them.
Damn.
This guy's fucking crazy. This guy's the last serial killer that I know of.
Huerman's computer that prosecutors
This is
described
Rex
as a
Hauerman, the
blueprint
Gilgo
for the
Beach.
killings, including a series of checklists with reminders to limit noise, clean the bodies, and destroy.
His daughter was in all this. They think his daughter was one of his henchmen, and all of her like Google searches are all for like rape and murder and torture porn.
Yeah, that's kind of like, I don't know if it's super common, but there's been other, like the toy box killer David Parker Ray. He supposedly, his wife and daughter helped him get victims.
In that court
Helped him.
case, they played all the videos that guy had. Oh shit! This is what I did wrong. All right, now I can hear myself. In that case, they played. He didn't get caught for killing anybody, but he kidnapped women and sexually molested them inside the toy box, which was a trailer, right? And
With a satellite hookup that the Illuminati, I think,
the
that rich
Illuminati
people
had to be
could
into it. Yeah,
watch
this
him
is
doing
occult
his snuff
demonic shit. Yeah.
Yeah.
There's those people in the Illuminati. Illuminati's not even in charge. That's just the group we know of, but they're into fucking horrible evil. The predator class is what I call them. They're predators, and they are in charge of us. Us regular people are just cattle to them. And they have all the
Yeah,
money
do
in the
you
world.
think like can you look back and think that like shit, everything I've done from like kindergarten to now has been kind of like working to benefit all these evil pedophile Satanists.
Oh yeah. Every time yeah.
They're getting some cut of something that you're doing.
Yeah. I mean,
That's a really unhappy night thought, everyone. So sorry I brought that
everything
up.
you've done, Lexi Lou, everything you've ever done is helping a bunch of people who make a lot of money sacrifice and molest children, Lexi Lou. This is a night thought, Lexi Lou. I hope you're still listening. Please join the good side, Lexi Lou.
If you're around the age of 35 or 40, you've probably paid for at least 30 spirit cookings in your life.
Yes. You've Baphomet, you've probably paid for Baphomet to do what he's doing right now. Okay.
And the weird thing about the Baphomet and how it fits in with today's time, the Baphomet is a trans person.
Well, the Baphomet's not actually in charge.
Isn't it Baal?
Baal,
B-A-A-L?
Baal.
Yeah. Baal.
And people keep talking about what's his name? What's that motherfucker's name?
Moloch?
Not Moloch. Yeah. Moloch is a type of sacrifice they did to the children. It's not actually a god that they worship. Moloch is a type of what do you call it? Child sacrifice.
Yeah.
These were the fucking.
This is kind of getting like Alex Jones. They're like, now look, this is not just Led Zeppelin.
Hey, look,
album,
this is
these
Alex
people.
Jones over
This is
here,
serious
buddy.
shit.
These
This is
are
not an Iron Maiden
interdimensional
poster with
fucking,
Eddie holding a baby's head.
Oh,
Yeah.
I got a baby's head in my back room. Yeah, hey, listen. Alex Jones, his shit got all fucked up. It's because the fucking Democrats hate him so much because he went after
Yeah.
Obama and they sued him for so much money because he was asking the people who are going after Sandy Hook. Jones didn't even really know those guys. They were on their own shit, which the Sandy Hook shit definitely was fucked up. That's like a
It's very
Sandy
strange
Hook
when
is
you
a
see.
weird part of the country where a bunch of CIA guys live.
And you know how they have like safety drills, like active
they have a
shooter
bunch of
drills,
that,
like
yeah.
the day that it was supposed to happen.
Well, Adam
they were gonna
Lanza,
have- Yeah.
who supposedly killed all the kids. Thethere's a lot of proof that
See,
his
I don't
his
have
brother,
any money.
Adam
If I
Lanza's
got
brother,
sued,
set him up,
oh,
and he actually killed the kids and killed his brother and framed it all in his
and
brother.
the mother was killed too.
Yeah, she
Okay,
got
yeah,
shot in
I've
the head
never
in
heard.
her fucking what do you call it? What do you call the resting chair? What do you call one of those nice, not a rocking chair, but like a nice fucking recliner that like massaged her. The nice recliner, yeah. He shot her fucking head off. But Adam Lanza,
I'd almost forgotten he had a sketchy older brother, right?
I mean, I personally believe it was the Adam Lanza brother that killed all those kids and set his brother up and killed his brother. Perfect crime, man. Night thought. This is a night thought,
thoughts.
guys.
It's not,
Night
and
thoughts
we
are
have
not
no money.
taken to be serious.
We had no money to sue
You
over.
have no money. You sue me, you're getting nothing.
But I've changed my mind on so many conspiracy theories throughout the years that
It's all
I shouldn't
fucking
be held accountable for my night thoughts.
You can't hold me accountable for my night thoughts.
Is that for a while I was really convinced that Lee Harvey Oswald was the lone gunman in the JFK
No, there were a
assassination?
bunch of people there to kill JFK.
Yeah.
I just
Now,
gotta.
now I can't believe that I believe that, but I did.
Can you see my screen, Russ? Can I show you something real quick?
Uh-huh.
That's what I got. I bought like 30 of these.
I can't see it. It's still up on the Rex Howerman video.
Oh no, check out my YouTube stream. I got a.
I can't. I'm just on my phone.
All right. Well, I got
Doing it
a
out.
JFK $50. I bought like 30 of them from the bank.
Oh, nice. When did those come out? Sometime in the early 80s?
That's what I was trying to figure. My dad's a lot older. I'm like, did anybody ever use these motherfuckers? And he's like,
Is that,
no.
I remember
Nobody ever
getting one when
nobody ever used these. They're in
when I
low
was a
circulation.
kid.
Yeah.
The JFK $50 was like getting a $2 bill. It was pretty cool to have.
Most of them are worth quite a bit. You got 90% silver, then you got the one I have is 40% silver. I collect
Nice.
silver, I collect gold. So
Do
I'm
you
thinking,
clip your coins? Do you ever clip your coins?
oh yeah, I used to clip them back in the day. My mother used to clip them for me, but I lost all those coins. I'm trying to collect again. Well, the clipping of the coins, that helps with knowing that they're actually accurate. You know what I mean?
Yeah, sometime in the within the past 50, 60 years, they quit putting like a nickel and silver and stuff like that in currency,
Yeah.
or like just such a little bit that it doesn't even count.
I've been collecting a lot of silver. Silver's bullshit, though. You want
I'm
gold.
into I'm collecting compact discs. I sold my record collection a year ago, almost a year ago probably, and I've been into compact discs. I mean, I don't know if they're gonna be worth anything, but I like listening to music through like a regular stereo with speakers and stuff. It's kind of like a novelty now. You get so used to earbuds and
digital
Spotify.
MP3s. Yeah. The music
Yeah,
sounds like
doing
shit.
spot, which I like. I like Spotify and all that other stuff.
I know.
It's also fun just to listen to a whole album all at once.
If there's actually an album I want to listen to, I think I just downloaded all of NWO, Niggers with Attitudes. I did it, and it's like an old school file, FLAC, and I listened to that on my phone. FLAC. You ever heard of FLAC
Yeah,
files?
they're supposed to be really nice. I remember they were like 3 times the size of an MP3 downloading individual songs.
Wave files. That wave
Yeah,
files are really
waves are
good.
supposed.
Those are good
That's
for when
near
you're
CD
when you're making
quality.
music. You can. It's easy to fucking do what you want with it. Like if you hear a nice bass or guitar, if it's a wave file, I can put that shit into my Ableton or my fucking FL Studios, and I can do it. I can make all the music I want and not get copyright struck, I believe.
That reminds me of it's a technology that's been around forever. But drum sampling and drum triggering, you can be playing a real drum set with mics on all of them and shit, and like you can hit like the real snare, and but it'll sound like a recording of John Bonham's snare or
Yeah,
something that's been
if the
around
right,
forever.
you have to
It's
use
really
a
cool
physical
though.
device. You can use
Yeah.
digital devices aren't that bad either, but a physical fucking like the Wu-Tang Clan's pretty popular. That's how they made their whole career, is by stealing samples, stealing.
Yeah, stealing samples.
Yeah,
That's still probably something that people debate is whether
it's complete stealing. So when I do karaoke of who did I do karaoke the other night? And then I got a fucking strike on my YouTube channel. They're saying, "Oh, you can't karaoke." It's like, dude, this is like not even the real instruments that people use. And I'm
Yeah,
singing
I mean, you
over it.
could say this song has like 20 different writers because there's so many samples in it.
Yeah,
How am I fucking stealing anything? Yeah, that's a good point.
YouTube's fucking
Yeah,
YouTube's
they're
still fucked up.
really stupid about everything.
YouTube's better about like if you say bad things about the government stuff, they won't strike you. But as far as like making a song your own and not even using the original instruments that people use and striking you, they're still fucked up. YouTube's still fucked up, man. And these have been some of my fucking night thoughts for a while, dude.
I know that a lot of weird stuff about how like copyright and stuff like that. I think it gets abused a lot.
How?
But like if you're just doing like a karaoke version of a song and
A
you get
song, a
a
song.
copyright
It
strike for
sounds the
that,
same, but it's completely recorded in a different
yeah,
studio. They're using
usually
different
karaoke
instruments.
music. Yeah,
Yeah,
usually karaoke
you're gonna
music. So
strike me for that, YouTube. Go fuck yourself. I hate you, YouTube. This is a night thought, YouTube. You can't get mad at me.
were you doing that song? Hey now, you're a rock star. Get your game
No, it
on
was.
and
Let me
play.
let me look. No, it was the Doors. I was going.
Oh shit, not the Doors.
I was
Now.
doing
See,
the
I love
Doors,
the
dude.
Doors. That's disappointing.
I showed my hair. I have long hair, and I said, "Am I gonna cut my hair today?" I showed my long hair, and I said, what I said, what's that Doors song? Um, they're gonna get me for singing this. What's a Doors song?
You know, the day just
Riders
strikes
on
the
the
night. Oh,
Storm.
Riders on
I
the
think
Storm.
they got me
Hey, have
for
you,
that
you know,
one.
Jeremy was able to do that at a karaoke bar
Yeah,
film.
his
And
channel should
he
get
didn't
shut down for
he
what they're
didn't
doing
get
to me. He
he
sang it
didn't
like
get
shit
struck.
too. It wasn't. Yeah.
Very gothy. Riders on the
Jeremy was like,
storm.
Riders on the Storm.
Riders on the
Very. The
storm.
guy has no rhythm. Jeremy has no rhythm. He's
Have
okay
you noticed
guitar.
that when people are doing karaoke, I think they start reading instead of following the song and they come in at weird times and
It
stuff?
wasn't even Riders on the Storm. What's the one?
I'm not
Mama
saying I
love your
do.
dad. Yeah, it was a Doors song I was singing, and YouTube's like, "We're gonna get you for copyright." I was like, "No, you can't. I made this song my own."
It's not.
Night
This
thoughts,
is not.
man. I
'Cause
did this.
night thoughts is you're not making any fucking money.
Can I play my song for you that I did?
Hell yeah.
All right, let me find it. I'll get it up real quick. I had to hide it from YouTube so they don't strike my ass. YouTube. Ooh, I still got some more live. I still got some of my shows live. All right, it was this one right here. It wasn't the Jim Carrey event. This is the song I had, dude. Let me fucking play it. This is with my hair down. Russ, can you take that? Are you right with that?
That's fine. Just because I don't have hair anymore, I'm not anti other people having hair.
Okay. You still seem like you have quite a bit of hair, though.
I think it's having if you have a beard, maybe
All right,
that
this is it.
helps.
This is it. You want to see it?
Yeah, you look like Mark Lanigan.
Thank
Hell
you.
yeah, dude. That's cool.
Thank you, man. This is my song, dude. YouTube wants to get me for this. Let me play it. I'm drinking. I'm having fun, dude.
Getting into that
Hey.
Jim Morrison zone.
Yeah, I'm in the Jim Morrison zone, dude. The storm. That's pretty good. All right, here you go. Oh shit! 1 second. Was it? All right, I got it. Why isn't this show back up? There we go.
I see
Okay.
it. It's paused.
Now you see it. All right.
Yeah, we can make it like we can sing harmony to
Waters
your
on the
you
storm.
doing it.
Dude, look how deep my voice is. Into this world we're born. Into this world we're thrown. Like a dog without a bone and knocked her out. Oh no, riders on the storm. Oh yeah, I'm keeping it in the
I hope you
spirit
don't
of
get
Jim Morrison.
struck for replaying it.
It's a night thought. I can't get struck for a night thought, right?
Yeah, like we're proving that this is a cover, which is fair use.
Yeah,
to do a
they
cover.
struck me.
And this,
It's like,
and come on, man, this song is fucking like almost 60 years old. I
that's what
don't
I'm
think that
I'm
you-
saying. Yeah, that's what I'm saying. I'm doing karaoke of a song that's 60 years old.
Do the
You're gonna
Doors,
stru-
are they?
There's no way I don't have the beautiful voice of Jim Morrison, by the way. So it's
He
like,
was a
what the
great
fuck?
singer. He's still one of
There's
my favorite
no way
singers.
I sound like Jim Morrison at all. I'm not trying to a lot of people are like, yeah, man, I sound too much like the original singer. No, I sound like shit. All right, I'm gonna play some more. There's a killer on the road. His brain squirming like a toad. Take a long holiday. Let your children play. Yeah, dude. Why would they
This
strike
is
me for
this is transformative content. Cool Boy
Maybe
is
it's
doing
just
his
so
own.
bad. I'm thinking maybe it's so bad.
This is almost like Cool Boy has never heard the song before and didn't know
It's
the
like I've
words
never
until
heard
this
it.
time. Yeah.
This is my interpretation on a song. I've read the lyrics, but I don't know what it sounds
That's
like.
why I don't like lyrics because it's hard to remember them sometimes.
Yeah, imagine if they told you, they gave you the beat to a song. Yeah, dude. I've listened to Jim Morrison my whole life. I really love the guy. I love the movie The Doors. What a great movie. Who's in that? Fucking the guy who's dead now?
Val Kilmer.
Val Kilmer. What a great job.
That's
he
my
did.
my dad died of the same thing that poor Val did, like right around the same time too. Unfortunately,
I don't know if I can play this anymore. This is very embarrassing, but I don't know why YouTube's trying to get on my back for a copyright strike. That's bullshit, in my opinion. These are night thoughts.
yeah, that's.
I tried to get my voice low about it.
They might be pissed off at how cool you are in this video.
I have my long
It's
hair,
like
dude.
yeah, a grunge revival.
This is the
kinda look
grunge
going.
version, dude. Well, Courtney Love, her dad was
Probably.
her dad was into Jim Morrison. Yeah, I think Courtney Love and Jim Morrison's dad were both naval officers.
Yeah,
That's kind of
something like
interesting.
that.
Yeah,
Admiral Stephen something Morrison.
yeah. Courtney Love's
was a big deal.
Courtney Love. Have you seen her? She's going crazy because everybody's realizing she's the one that actually killed Kurt Cobain.
That
and so
has
she's
gotten
like
so
suing everybody
big.
right now.
That is so big now. So many people think that she had him killed now. It used to be a
Yeah.
weird fringe conspiracy theory. It's not anymore.
No. Dave Grohl, Jack Black, those guys, They're all
Yeah.
like they're all in their parents were all in the same scene. They're all like fucking
See,
in the
that does make you
government.
wonder. Is like, how did Jack Black get so popular? Then you see, he's been acting since he was a little kid.
Jack
So you've
Black's
seen him in
mother
commercials and
was
stuff.
created the what do you call it
Fake moon
their
landing.
cruise control device for the moon landing and shit like that. And he's friends with Dave Grohl, and Dave Grohl's dad was a speechwriter for Richard Nixon. It's like this is fucking
Yeah.
weird. Yeah. So let's listen to my song a little bit more, dude. I created this song actually. If you give this man a ride, sweet family will die. Killer on the road. Yeah, man. Yeah. Yeah.
I love this song.
Yeah, man.
This should be the one Doors song they just let people use for free because it is very good.
I'm trying to
love this
make
song.
homage. This is what I sing when I'm taking a shower, and then when I'm having a
Yeah, you
night
could even
thought.
do like a little Jim Morrison, like, "Hi, my name is Cool Boy,
My name
and
is
this
Cool Boy.
is my tribute
I'm
to
doing-
Jim Morrison."
This
and the
is my
Doors.
tribute to Jim Morrison.
No copyright infringement intended, man.
No copyright infringement needed, man. No copyright infringement, brother. My brother. Dude, I'm really going for it here too.
Yeah, this is just the first take.
I think
This is the first
The
take.
problem was I don't sound like Jim Morrison, nowhere near as good, but I captured the spirit of Jim Morrison. You know what I
Yeah.
mean?
Yeah, I think people
the
probably, they
Lizard
probably
King,
get on
bro.
people's nerves if you just sounded like the singer you were covering. You should try to do it your own spin on it, you know?
Yeah. Sounds like shit, but man, I was so proud of this when I did it, dude. I'm really loving it right here. Girl, you gotta get your man. Girl, you gotta love your man. Yeah, pretty good, dude. Take him by the hand, man. Make him understand. The world on you depends. Our life will never end. Gotta love your man. Yeah. Dude, I feel like when you're singing Jim Morrison, you gotta sound like an old Indian, like
You want to sound
across
like
the
him,
sun,
yeah.
an eagle.
It's like if you like
blood.
Danzig or Elvis, you want to do that, like you want to
Those guys
sound
had
like
it, man. It's about how I don't know, man. It's about speech patterns. You know.
Do you love music?
Do you love music?
Girl, do you love music?
Girl, you
care
wanna fuck?
about music?
Come and fuck me, girl. That's what Jim Morrison was
Alex.
doing, dude. He's probably banging women all the time, dude.
Oh
Lucky
yeah,
guy.
talk about the guy that probably had like he could just walk down the street and get laid a bunch of times.
That was probably Jim Morrison in San Francisco at some point.
Yeah.
Yeah. We're not going to play any more of that. That was my Jim Morrison song. I might have sounded too much like Jim Morrison towards the end, dude. I'm not gonna lie, dude. The reason why, here's what I tell myself. The reason why YouTube struck me is I sounded too much like Jim Morrison, bro. Not true, but that's what I tell myself. So I can get by.
Destroy the evidence. Huerman faces 3 consecutive life sentences and 4 consecutive 25-year sentences. You know, families of the victims and friends of the victims are split on what happened today. Some say it would have been far too difficult to hear the grisly details of the murders of their loved ones. But
I probably have to shut the stream down soon. Russ, do you hear me?
I think the sun's getting ready to rise here. It looks
Yeah.
like
There's no when the sun rises, there's no more night thoughts.
the night has disappeared.
The night has disappeared. It has fallen into
No,
the
it's
sky.
daylight.
The sky has fallen again. And the sun.
Shake your dreams up.
Okay. I'm coming with Jim. I'm gonna start reading Jim Morrison poems.
Yeah, you start thinking about them, and you just want to do everything like
The
little Jim
fox.
Morrison.
The fox in the desert will rise again. The fox in the desert will tell you who are your friends. The fox in the desert will show you the rattlesnake. The rattlesnake shows you you are the desert king, the reptile king. All right, this has been Night Thoughts. I'll see you. I might see you tomorrow night, Russ, or next
Yeah,
Monday.
this was fun. I hope anyone listening to this enjoyed Cool Boys Night Thoughts. It was
Night
a pleasure
Thoughts.
being a guest.
Every Monday night between 12 a.m. and before the sun comes up. That's it. After 12 a.m. and before the sun comes up. These are Night Thoughts, you guys. Good night.